Hello, 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 and welcome to the Hildebrand Law Firm topic for today. I'm attorney Matt Kaplan.
I'm attorney Derek Daron.
Derek is still here with us. Kirsten is off solving the world's problems, one estate plan at a time. So Derek will be here for us. This is his last video of the day. And because we did two very serious videos about probate and your loved ones dying, we figured we'd do one still kind of serious, but a little quirky. So if there's one thing that separates Derek from the rest of us, besides his boyish good looks and his overt charm and charisma, is that he is an expert litigator. I bet you didn't know that about yourself, Derek.
I did not know.
I heard you're very good at litigation. And if there's one thing that litigators are very good at, not only is preparing, but it's thinking on their feet. And so one thing that I've always wanted to do, which I've always thought would be a kind of fun activity, is if there is a group of people that thinks on their feet the best, it is pageant contestants. Because although I think it's very silly what they're forced to do, they are forced to answer incredibly nuanced, controversial topics, and they have 20 seconds to do so. So I think it would be a fun exercise to see if we could possibly scratch out some semblance of a coherent answer in 20 seconds. Now, if Derek goes on a rambling answer, such as the answer in Have Billy Madison, I will abruptly end this video, because may God have mercy on your soul. But we will do our best, and then I want you to leave in the comments who you think had good answers, who you think had bad answers, and all the like. So we have our lovely coworker Emma, who is going to read us some questions off screen. She will probably, in the editing process, put the questions down below so that you can see them on the screen, and just in case you can't hear her. And Derek, you first.
Alright, Derek, if you woke up tomorrow and gained any one ability or quality, what would you want it to be and what would you use it for?
I've actually given this a lot of thought. I would have the ability to control and to read minds, because if you can control or read someone's mind, particularly someone like Matt, who I would assume would go for super strength, then I could control someone who has super strength and use that power whenever I want it.
Excellent answer, Derek. Thank you. That's actually... He answered that way too fast. That's not fair. I can tell he actually has thought of this.
Absolutely have, yeah.
These are supposed to be things we haven't thought about, Emma.
It was shockingly good.
Darn it, you win.
Moving to you, Matt, if you could meet any historical figure, who would it be and what would you ask them?
If I could meet any historical figure, I would want to meet Abraham Lincoln. The reason I want to meet Abraham Lincoln is not for anything of abolition or the fact that he was president. He was the only U.S. president to ever have his own patent awarded to him, and it was for a boat lift. And if you think back, what does Abraham Lincoln know about boat lifts? I don't know, but it's also very neat. And also I heard that for a very tall man, he had a very high-pitched voice, and I want to see if that's the case in real life.
I would also like to meet him, except I would want to know why he was hunting those vampires, because we all know about the famous movie Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Of course, historically accurate.
Historically accurate, completely historically accurate. Most people don't know.
I want to know how many vampires he ended up hunting.
Well, he's a head count.
I also want to know if until the moment he died, he liked the play. You ever wonder that?
Yeah.
Wait, did he actually like it? Was it a good play?
Yeah.
We need his review.
Yeah, we need. Oh my god, I just saw the greatest play ever, and here's my response.
Alright, Derek, next question. Describe a charitable cause that is close to your heart and explain why it matters to you.
Gosh, I'm a big fan of any autism or autism organizations in the area. One of my favorites, My Brother Rocks the Spectrum, which is near and dear to my heart because not only do I have a child with autism, we have actually several attorneys that I know of that also have children with autism. So all of those organizations do fantastic work, wonderful outreach, wonderful education services as well.
Terrific.
Matt, moving to you next, what is the most significant challenge facing young people today and how do you think they could overcome it?
I think the most significant challenge facing young people today is trying to grow up, leave their parents' house, purchase a home, maybe get married if they want to, have children if they want to. Everything is just way too darn expensive. There are not enough homes out there for people to buy to have their little shot at the American dream. Or maybe perhaps we need to just reevaluate what the American dream actually is. But we have been sold a bill of goods, and bill of goods that we cannot no longer afford.
I would have a very hard time being a child and keeping up with all of the different apps. I was just told the other day that Vine no longer exists, which is
Yes.
one of the apps that I knew of back when I knew of apps. So
I don't think Vine's been around since 2016.
yeah, that sounds right.
It's been about 9 years. I know, and I haven't forgotten. Nor have I forgotten Harambe. R.I.P. Vine, R.I.P. Harambe.
All right, next question. Derek, how do you handle high stress and high pressure situations?
He doesn't.
Yeah, I just hide in a closet mostly. That usually has to do with Wisconsin basketball games and Green Bay Packers football games. I just hide in the closet until it's over when it gets to be crunch time, and then come back out and find out whether we won or lost.
I love that. Litigation, probate, zero stress, Badger basketball and football games, just the source of all of his stress. 2 little kids, a family, no stress, Badger sports.
Well, I mean, you've seen the Packers play.
That's true, it is stressful. My mother-in-law can't even watch the games anymore. She said she can't watch it because it just stresses her out too much, but she enjoys watching them. And I asked her, do you enjoy watching them? If you enjoyed watching them, you'd watch them. Like, anyway, good answer.
Moving forward, if you were given the opportunity to create a new law, what would it be and why?
Oh my gosh, this is an excellent question. If I were to create a new law, it would be that everybody will be forced to have a dog. I think dogs are amazing, or just some sort of pet. Cats are I'm okay with too, and then bunnies. Bunnies are fine. But everyone, I think, should be a pet owner. I think that should be mandatory. If you do not want to own a pet, you should be exiled to a faraway land. Where did Napoleon go to? Corsica?
Yes.
Should have to be forced to go to Corsica, wherever that is. There's probably a Corsica, Wisconsin. It's probably near Cribbets. So I think everyone should be a pet owner, or at least everyone should like pets.
Yep. Agreed.
Next question. How do you handle disappointment and setbacks in a positive and constructive way?
Whenever I am disappointed or whenever I suffer a setback, I just stop being disappointed and I stop suffering that setback and I just be awesome instead. Just like one of my idols, Barney Stinson.
He has full control, this man, over his mind, and he felt awkward once just to see how it felt. He has never been awkward. He's never been cold. The man, you know how we only use 10% of our brains? This man uses a lot more.
At least 12.
At least 12. Imagine what you can get done with 20% more.
All right, this could be our last one, and both of you guys can take a shot at it. How do you plan to leave a lasting legacy and inspire future generations as a lawyer in our community?
Oh, jeez. That's way too nice. I'll go first, Derek, if you don't mind. I want to change the legal field in the sense of I don't want people to think lawyer equals bills and stuffy suits, even though we are wearing we're wearing cool suits, but they're stuffy. I don't want people to think, we're not your grandpa's attorneys. Like, those days are hopefully going to be over relatively soon. I want people to know that we're here to help them, whether you get into an issue or whether you want to prevent from getting into an issue. I want people to know that we're approachable, we're real people, we are flawed just like everybody else, we are not law robots, and I don't think that's what people want. I try to be as open and honest with people. I try to show them my insecurities, my negatives and my positives. I want people to know who I am 100% and they can make an assessment based off of that. So I hope that in the future of lawyering, that people will appreciate that, and then people will know, okay, this person's on my side. Because, and Derek, I'm sure you've seen this a lot, people can really get in trouble from not seeing a lawyer when they should have. Kind of like if you don't go to a dentist for 10 years and then you're like, oh my gosh, where do all these cavities come from? It's like, dude, go see a lawyer once the problem pops up. This way, years down the road, we don't have to fix all these cavities.
Yeah, and I'll echo that. I'm in the same boat. I think the legal profession as a whole, we tend to enjoy and use too many big words. There really is not a need for that, especially when interacting with clients and honestly trying to educate clients, especially what we do in the estate planning field and the probate field and the guardianship field. We have the ability, we know big words, we know some Latin, we know, I think we could probably write briefs where we reference nothing but Latin words in terms of various doctrines and everything else. There's no need for that in the practice of law. The basic requirement is that we represent our clients, and to represent our clients truly, we need to make sure that they fully understand what we're saying. And a lot of times you can speak very simply and have really good answers that effectively convey ideas without having to use these giant words. So, I was just going to try to think of a bunch of random giant words that I can think of, and negligence, adjudication, blah, blah, blah. And it's just, especially in what we do where we are looking to educate, it's really easy to, again, make lawyers, like you say, not so stuffy in general, but also to bridge that gap between how people see lawyers as these sort of, again, stuffy, overly droning sort of agents of estate planning, and to really just speak simple about it. So, I think from my perspective, in terms of the legal community, and especially in estate planning, that's what I would go for, is again to speak very, very honestly and simply with clients, and to make sure that they fully understand what we're doing, because if they don't fully understand, that's where we find the issues.
And I think one thing, Derek, that we are doing very well that is helping with that is that we're not the old lawyers in the sense that we're trying to work as much as physically possible. We're not putting in 80, 90 hours a week like how they always scared us in law school. You're going to get out and your first job, you're going to be working every Saturday and every Sunday, and you're going to be working your tail off. I don't think that's necessary. And because not only do I not think it's necessary, I think it's actually detrimental. Because how much am I going to care about a client if I'm tired and upset all the time, if I don't do anything that I love? And I think that's one thing that I appreciate about here at the firm, is that we do work very hard while we're here, but when we're not here physically, we're not here mentally. And we are outside doing the things that we love, and we share that with each other, and that just makes us better, more all-around people, which will allow us to represent our clients better. So, excellent questions, Emma. Thank you so much. We have, Miss Wisconsin, Miss Oak Creek, and Miss. I say I live in North Dallas. It's like the part of Milwaukee in between West Dallas and Tosa. So we have Miss Oak Creek and Miss North Dallas. Please vote in the comments below who you think should be the winner. Don't miss next week for the bikini portion of the competition and the talent portion. Derek is going to try to put a puzzle together blindfolded, and I will learn and play the flute on the spot. So, that is our video for today. Keeping it cheeky, keeping it fun, like we talked about. Thank you for joining us, and know here that at Hildebrand Law Firm, we're here to protect your today and your future. Thank you.